What we got going on the Devil's Weed here? Hey, what we got going on in the Devil's Weed here is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. It's and the filler inside of it is Dominican, and it has 4 tobacco leaves inside of it. Again, as we said, it's manufactured in the Dominican Republic, and the taste of the cigar, it's a mild to medium. But it's closer to medium. It's not entirely harsh, but you get a nice thick, a medium smoke coming out of it. As Dave said, got most reviews were an 80 to an 85, and even a couple were like an 87, 86, something like that. So they're pretty good cigars considering how inexpensive they are. Dave, do you want to talk about the appearance of them?
Sure. If you take the cigar out of the wrapper here, the leaf looks pretty good, undamaged, except for a little bit of crack right here. But I think that's just from shipping and handling the cigars so much. It's pretty smooth, pretty flawless. It's pretty consistent in the color and shape, nice and round. It's a little tough here, but you know.
It's not really the prettiest cigar in the world, but it tastes pretty good.
It's got a cool wrapper. It's a devil in between 2 tobacco leaves. Overall, I think I would probably say the only thing wrong with its appearance is a couple of cracks here and there. Not big cracks, just little flakes in the leaf. Alright, here we are. When cutting your cigar, you don't want to cut it, here, I'll bring it up here. You don't want to cut it too far down, just a little bit off the tip is enough to get the air going. And we found out that, I mean, many of you probably already know this, but when lighting a cigar, always use matches because it preserves the flavor of the cigar. The only time I ever resort to a lighter is when I need to fix it if it's, it's not burning right or whatever. We ready? Shall we?
We shall. Let's smoke these things.
I'll light you first, buddy. Okay.
Alright, we're back. We've been smoking these for about 10 minutes now, and I think we got a pretty decent grasp on the taste of them. Basically, what we got going on here is a really blended taste. It does not just taste like straight tobacco. It tastes almost kind of nutty, if you will. The way it smokes, it's pretty evenly distributed throughout both sides. It kind of leaves a sweet taste on your lips, however, but a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth, which gets points deducted from it in our rating. It's altogether, it's a pretty smooth taste, and the smoke is cool in your mouth. Again, 10 minutes, we got about maybe an inch and a half of the ash left, which is it's pretty good. It's not burning too quick, but it's not burning. We just finished our cigars, and we're gonna give you an overall review of them after smoking them. Dave, would you care to start?
All right, I'll start with the appearance. Out of 15 points, I'd give it a 12, only because it looks nice, but the wrapper is a little damaged here and there, but it could be from handling, but still, it's a little damaged, so 12 out of 15.
Alright, and I will continue with the flavor. The flavor is worth 25 out of 100 points. Honestly, I would probably give it about a 20. What the flavor was, it's a pretty pleasant taste to have in your mouth, but after you smoked it, it kind of leaves semi-bitter kind of taste resonating in your mouth, which would deduct a couple points from it. Other than that, it left a sweet taste on your lips, which was very nice.
By the way, these aren't flavored cigars.
Right. It's just kind of the way they are. And the smoke that it left was nice and cool in your mouth, and it was a medium smoke. It wasn't too light and it wasn't too heavy. So I would give it 28 out of 25 points for that.
So far, it's 32 points. Okay. Now for the smoking characteristics, which is again 25 out of 100 points. I would have to give it, a 22. Taking 3 points off just because it dips here and there in the wrap when you're smoking it. But other than that, the ash holds all right. I mean, it doesn't hold well, but it stays. It stays. And it's not hot in your mouth. It's not cool. It's in the middle. Like everything about this cigar is medium. Like even the hotness of the smoke, the temperature of the smoke. Other than that, nothing really was wrong. So, talk about the overall. 35.
Overall is the most important part of the review. It's worth 35 out of 100 points. Personally, I would give it about a 28 to a 30. What would you say, Dave?
I would give it a 30.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, why is that? What would you say?
Basically, if you just put everything together, I think the cigar would get a B plus or an A minus. Judging by the way it tastes, what it leaves in your mouth. Again, like the cracks in the wrap, obviously doesn't make it as aesthetically pleasing as you would like. The taste was pleasant. The ash it gives is pretty good. It's a little crooked. Again, when you're smoking it, there are a couple dips here and there. But overall, it's a B-list cigar, I would say. It's pretty good if you don't really want to spend the money, but yeah, you want to enjoy a nice smoke.
So overall, out of 100 points, we gave it an 84. Hope you guys enjoyed, watching about Devil's Weed. I know it's not a very well-known cigar, but if you want, like Greg said, if you want a cheap smoke, don't go to like a gas station or a cheap store and get like a cheap $2 cigar. Invest in this. It's $30. You get 20 of them. Even if you don't smoke them all, you can sit back, give one to a friend, relax, talk. It's not a bad smoke.
Think outside the box a little bit and share your knowledge of the classy cigars.
See you next time.
Join us next when we dig into our sampler.